This video is a demo of the Application Navigator, a part of the IBM Cloud Pak for Applications. This demo will show three things: that app transformation increases operational complexity, by implication this is true of cloud-native apps generally, and that Application Navigator helps reduce this complexity. Consider an app transformation example. Our stock trader app starts with two parts, a TWAS app on the left and a Liberty app on the right. As we transform stock trader, our desired end state is that each component is converted to a Liberty Docker container on Kubernetes. You will note two components, query and notification, were not transformed. For some components, higher complexity compels deferred transformation or even a business decision to leave as is indefinitely. Transformation to a cloud-native architecture results in multiple separately deployed containers, which adds new tools like the Kubernetes console plus Grafana and Kibana dashboards to the operational landscape. Not to mention, in this example, the WAS tools stick around since we haven't transformed all components in this generation of stock trader. In the absence of a higher level abstraction, these individual containers and their respective views through the aforementioned tools are disjoint and unconnected to one another, making understanding of the overall application and navigation among the various tools complex and confusing. This is where the Application Navigator comes in. Leveraging the Kubernetes application resource kind, it provides the missing high-level abstraction that organizes the containers into an app-centric view, providing in-context navigation and promoting efficiency. Now let's look at the Application Navigator in action. Here's its top-level view. Using kube control, we install stock trader and it appears in the application list. It turns from red to green as the containers start. By clicking on it, we see the stock trader application details, including its component list. These are the deployments and services and other Kubernetes resources that comprise this application. Clicking on a component, like the loyalty deployment, takes us to the OpenShift console's detail view for that resource. The configurable action menus provide kind-specific actions that can be carried out, such as in this case for Liberty deployment looking at its Kibana logs. By annotating a resource with subkind, different action menus are possible. For example, Node.js versus Liberty. For Node.js, for example, we have View App Metrics Dash, which takes us to the App Metrics dashboard of performance statistics for Node.js. Reversing the order of the kinds brings the W's to the top, and we see the WebSphere Traditional and WebSphere Liberty components, which were left untransformed. For the traditional on the cell, we go to manage the application, and it takes us to the application config page in the WebSphere admin console. Similarly, for the WebSphere Liberty server running on a virtual machine, the action menu takes us to the admin center, to the server config view, where we can operate on that server. The Application Navigator also shows application and component status. We will simulate an error by scaling a deployment down to 0. By switching to the Application Navigator view, we see that stock trader has a problem. If we drill into it, we see which component of stock trader has a problem, loyalty, no surprise. So if we drill into it, then we see that there are indeed no pods. Well, that's a problem. So we will correct our simulated error by scaling the deployment back up to 1 where it's supposed to be. And having done that, switch back to the application view, and we see in a moment that sure enough, loyalty level is back up and running. Problem solved. Naturally, in a production environment, application status is monitored by APM tools. Automation does what recovery it can, and the responsible party is notified when manual intervention is required. It's when manual intervention is required that the Application Navigator status indicators help direct the user immediately to the affected component and provides in-context access to relevant tools. So where is Application Navigator available? It is part of IBM Cloud Pak for Applications, which includes Cabanero, which includes the KAppNav open source project. So bring order to your universe. Visit the URL below to find out how. This concludes the demo of Application Navigator, a part of IBM Cloud Pak for Applications.